ובבנייני האומה בירושלים. נמצאים איתנו כאן שני אנשים מיוחדים ופורצי דרך. הראשון הוא אחמד עובד אל-מנסורי, חבר לשעבר במועצה הלאומית הפדרלית של איחוד האמירויות, והמייסד של המוזיאון הראשון להנצחת השואה בעולם הערבי והמוסלמי, שנמצא בתוך מוזיאון מפגש הציביליזציות בדובאי. השני הוא עבדול אניאדו, המנהל החינוכי של ארגון מימונה, עמותה תרבותית שקמה בשנת 2007 על ידי סטודנטים מוסלמים צעירים, במטרה לקדם ולשמר את המורשת היהודית מרוקאית. שני האורחים שלנו מוסלמים, שמאמינים בדו-קיום וסובלנות, שהם מצרך נדיר מאוד באזור שלנו. תודה לכם שכיבדתם אותנו בנוכחותכם. את השאלה הראשונה אני רוצה להפנות לאחמד עובד אל-מנסורי, שאותו כבר פגשתי בחול. Mr. Al-Mansouri, why was it so important to you to open a Holocaust museum in Dubai?
I think, first of all, about the Holocaust and the event, the catastrophic event happened, during the last century. It is the biggest genocide event against humanity. It was against the Jews, and it is a historical fact. And from my perspective is that in the region, people, I don't call it denial, I call it refusal, maybe for political reason, refusal to talk about it. We know about it, but it's very important to reintroduce it properly with the historical facts, with documentation. When people enter it, they have great respect for history. And when you present things in historically, away from politics, away from other things, you eliminate all of the opinionated ideas and you make people focus on the historical facts. And since we have more than 200 ethnicities and more than 190 nationalities, perhaps more, it's the best place to introduce it in a proper way to people who don't have the opportunity to see it in other places, whether in Israel or in the United States or in Europe.
Can you tell us a bit about who are the visitors to the museum and what they can expect to see there?
Since we opened the Holocaust Gallery, the number of visitors to the museum has increased. And we have three types of visitors. We have from the local and residents community, and we have also from the schools, the students, and then we have the groups and the tourists who are coming from outside. Of course, the groups mostly who come from outside, especially from Europe and the United States and Israel, they know about the Holocaust, and for them, it became one of the point of meeting in Dubai.
There is also a special exhibition about one of the forefathers of the state of Israel, Theodor Herzl. Why it was so important to you to feature him in your museum?
I think it's very important to people understand about Zionism and to look at it differently. And, he was one of the leaders. And we should not look at things only from one perspective. I think, that gallery is called Palestine and Holy Land. And this is one of the important documents that must be there, because we have balance there. We have balance displays there.
What reactions did you receive both in United Arab Emirates and in the Arab world at large for the opening of the museum? Did you receive threats? How did the authorities react?
Well, the authorities are supportive because this is the vision of the UAE, the stability of the region. And then, since the phone call happened in August 2020, and since the signing of the peace in the mid of September, as you can see, the relationship is not just at political level, it's political level, at people-to-people level. And whatever we're doing in the museum is, it's like the catalyst project for showing compassion to one another.
From your point of view, how do you think the state of Israel can deal with the phenomena of Holocaust denial in our region?
I think, if I may say, your media should play a stronger role because your media is very good speaking with the Israelis and the Jewish people about the Holocaust, but they don't know how to speak with the people outside the state of Israel.
Correct.
So I think there should be much more efforts in communicating to the people with their language. That's one. Secondly, I think you have many, in the storage, you have there many organizations, they have many documents, many artifacts from the Holocaust. All of them are there. I think you should make more exhibitions outside the state of Israel. I think the efforts that are made outside of Israel is very, very low. If I may say that, if you accept my straightforward answer.
Thank you very much. And now for our second guest, Mr. Abdul Anyado. There is not one single Israeli who doesn't know what is the Mimuna holiday. You founded an organization bearing the same name. What's the purpose of your organization and why was it so important to you to establish it?
So the story started in 2007. A group of Muslim students decided to create a club inside the university in order to promote and preserve the Jewish Moroccan heritage. Because if you ask people here in Morocco who are the Jews, the old generation would be like, a Jew can be a partner, can be a friend, can be a neighbor. But for the young generation, they know nothing about Jews. So this group of Moroccans decided to create this Jewish club in order to promote and preserve this Jewish heritage, which is part of our culture as Moroccans. So the story started, as I said, in 2007. And the first event was inside campus. It was in 2008. And we had like a Jewish day for the students inside the campus. And then we had different events. In 2011, we had the first Holocaust event, or a conference about Holocaust inside the campus, with the presence of two Holocaust survivors who came from Europe to speak about their experience inside the concentration camps. So we had different activities in Morocco, in the United States, in Canada, in Israel, in order to build this bridge between Muslims and Jews and to preserve and safeguard the Jewish Moroccan history.
I understand you are also a Hebrew teacher. Is there a demand for Hebrew studies in Morocco? והאם אנחנו יכולים לדבר עברית?
Well, yes. I mean, after the 2020 Abrahamic Accords, we have been receiving so many demands from people asking us how can they learn Hebrew. So we started actually giving Hebrew courses to a group of tour guides across Morocco, because we receive so many people in Morocco, you know, Israelis in particular, who wanna come to Morocco to visit it for different reasons. Either it's Yul Shoashim, Yul Sadikim, and they need someone who would guide them in Morocco in their mother tongue. Everyone who wanna learn the language, they can come. So, bevakasha.
תודה רבה. 2 years after Israel and Morocco agreed to re-establish diplomatic ties, how is Israel viewed in Morocco today?
So it's different. It's different. Now, the reason why we want to keep this relationship with Israel is to keep this link with our Moroccan subjects in Israel, the Israelis of Moroccan descent. The image of Israel is different right now because of all the tourists coming from Israel. There is this connection now between Israelis and Moroccans. Moroccans, especially young people, got to know more about Jews and Israelis because this is not what we have brought up, seen on TV. The image of Israel was very different on TV. Also, with this activities we're doing in order to create these P2P initiatives, people to people, by bringing young people from Morocco and Israel to know more about each other and talk to each other and understand each other's point of view, especially when it comes to culture and traditions. It helps a lot in changing the image of Israel.
I would like to ask the both of you, we are aware that there is a problem of lack of recognition in the state of Israel and the Holocaust denial in the Arab and Muslim world. Do the Abraham Accords shift this trend?
Regardless of difference in political perception of different countries, we should separate the Holocaust event with the Holocaust, what happened in the Holocaust in Germany and all of these places, what the Nazi has done, to separate it from the politics, separate it from other things. That's very important.
Yes, sorry, Mr. Lanyadou, do you have something to add about it?
Sure. I mean, for us, and since 2009, the vision of the king is to speak about the Holocaust with a lens of not from amnesia, but to discuss it with a lens of understanding and keeping this memory of one of the darkest chapters of history. We need to understand that, yes, the Holocaust happened in Europe, but it is not a European story. So many people, even in Morocco, Tunisia, and Algeria, suffered from what happened in Europe, and we have a very special story in Morocco. So for us, it's our duty to speak about the Holocaust because we speak also about a Moroccan part of history, and we cannot deny it, and we should not deny it.
Thank you very much for your inspiring answers. שוקרן ג'זירן. וכעת אני רוצה לפנות אל אייל בירם, הוא מייסד ומנכ"ל עמותת ישראליז, שיספר לנו על הפעילות החשובה של הארגון שלו.
אני יכול להגיד דבר ראשון, תודה על ההזדמנות המרגשת הזאת. העמותה שלנו, אנחנו הקמנו אותה ב-2017, לפני 6 שנים, מתוך רעיון להיות הכוח שרותם את הציבור בישראל, להיות חלק מהאתגר הגדול, לספר מהי ישראל לעולם. אנחנו מבינים שהדבר הזה הולך וגדל, בעיקר בקרב צעירים, גם בעולם הערבי וגם בעולם המערבי. ובעצם מתוך הדבר הזה יצרנו רשת שלמה של פעילות, שהיום פועלת בתוך מסגרות הצבא וסטודנטים, וכבר הכשירה 85,000 ישראלים צעירים להיות שגרירים. פרויקטים שפועלים בתוך הרשת, שמחנכים משפיעני רשת, אבל אולי המרגש ביותר, זה כל מה שקשור להתחדשות ולפתיחה של העולם הערבי מאז הסכמי אברהם. בעצם היום יש לנו פרויקט שאנחנו קוראים לו מנהיגי המחר, שעבדו ואחמד הם שותפים מאוד מאוד קרובים שלנו, שעוסקים בלהביא לפה מנהיגים צעירים מהעולם הערבי, שהולכים להנהיג את המדינות שלהם. ובעוד כמה שנים, אם נרצה או לא, הם יהיו הפנים של המדינה כשרים, כמובילים בעולם החברתי וכמובן בעולם הפוליטי. והרעיון להעניק להם את ההזדמנות לראות את ישראל, מבחינתם זה כמו איזה נקודה על הגלובוס שהם אף פעם לא יכלו לדבר עליה, אבל בטוח לא יכלו לבקר בה. ואנחנו בעצם מביאים אותם לכאן במשלחות ופרויקטים גם וירטואליים וגם פיזיים, שהרעיון הוא בסוף להנגיש להם ולתת להם את ההבנה שבחדשנות, שבחיבור לאתגרים בעולם החינוכי, בעולם התרבותי, ובטוח בעולם של לייצר שותפויות אזוריות, ישראל היא המפתח. ובעצם כעמותה, אנחנו ממש חרטנו את זה לדגל שלנו. יש כבר 1,500 בוגרים לתוכנית הזאת, ועבדו ואחמד הם באמת המובילים שלקחו בזה חלק, ביחד עם ארגון מימונה, ביחד עם המוזיאון של עבדו באמירויות, ועם עוד שותפים אחרים. זה באמת מאוד מאוד מרגש, ושנת ה-75 היא הזדמנות מאוד חשובה לציין את זה, כי המגמה היא חיובית והיא רק תגדל.
תודה רבה.